You are listening to the Global Psychosis Network.
Yeah, but I was like, hey, what's going on, Claudio? And he's like, oh, yeah, what's going on? What's going on? Like he always looks at you all bug-eyed and shit. And he's like before he used to be kind of like, it's weird. He had a fat head, but then he still had like a decent shaped body, you know, for his age. Now like his body like became the same size as his head, so now it's like, you know, he's fat.
Fucking.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is he's fat now. But yeah, he just moves from like, I think like now he just keeps going from like fast food joint to fast food joint. I don't know why he got Subway and he thought Quiznos would be a step up, but
yeah, better sandwich.
I'm surprised he's still alive, to be honest, because
I know the way he just.
I mean, that guy. I thought I drank a lot, dude. That guy drank meat under the table.
Maybe he stopped.
Yeah, he might have stopped. I thought for sure he'd have like cirrhosis of the liver by the time he's like 25. But anyways, you guys are like dead silent.
No, because I was like, I was still trying to. I was waiting for you to. I thought you might find out why was his stomach hurting.
Yeah, I don't know. To this day, I speculate that maybe
he had to take a shit.
He had to take a shit, or maybe he like he's probably had to take a shit.
At least he didn't shit in your car like Joel Parson.
That wasn't my car. That was Red Leopard's car.
I know exactly, like like Joel Parson did. Yeah.
Bro, it sucked.
Joel Part, that's another guy I haven't seen in years. That's the guy that, I mean, I don't know, dude. I guess you could have those freak accidents, but for whatever reason, probably because of the time, the age we were, that just made me lose all respect for that guy. Not that I had any respect for him to begin with, but it was just like, dude, now I absolutely don't even want to get to know you, dude. If you can't even, like, not shit your pants at a fucking, being a grown man, I mean, fine. Maybe if you're like shit-faced, like, you drank a fucking whole bottle of fucking vodka to yourself, and you just fucking were so fucked up that you shit your pants and didn't even remember it. But this guy was just like, well, here we go. You know, he just did it. You know,
let's do it.
Like that takes a certain kind of idiot to do that.
That's
you know?
class.
Yeah. So that was the last time I heard about that guy. But then I remember one time, it was back during like the Zebra Room era. Fucking, we went there to go park, and I'm like, who's this dirty-looking black guy, dude? Some dirty fucking black guy on a payphone, like, right in front of the fucking Zebra Room. And then he turns around, and it's fucking Joel. And he was just fucking dirty. Because he didn't fucking, like, bathe himself or some shit.
Black, like skin color black.
Like, he was, like, dark, like, black. And I guess what it was is, like, he was probably working on his car and got oil all over him, and then he started sweating, and he, like, wiped his neck with his dirty fucking hands and shit. And he was just like covered black. I'm just like, dude, you are a fucking gross slob, dude.
Did he do the big white
fucking slob?
Like I don't know what his deal was, but I just know he was working on his van. Like it broke down because what happened was he ended up moving into his van. Like he moved out of his parents' place into his van, and he got some ugly ass fucking girl knocked up. So
How ugly?
I didn't actually step foot into his house, but I know that his house on wheels. But I think like maybe it was Adam or someone that like knew him. Maybe it was even Nick. I forget, or Red Leopard rather. But he opened the doors and fucking they went in there to like smoke or some shit. And he said that when they opened up, I think it was Adam. He said like he was gonna go smoke with Joel, and he opened up his door to like get in the van, and all this fucking like wrinkled up fucking like tissue paper that you would use to like wipe your dick off, fucking after he was done fucking his girl or jerking off, whatever, just like came pouring out. Like, all over the fucking seat and shit.
Whoa.
And he was like, that's cool, dude. I'll just chill out here, man. Like,
step on in. It's okay. Welcome to my love cave.
My only complaint about that, dude, was the fact that, I used to rock the fucking fuzzy fucking shirts and the furry leopard fucking print fucking clothing. And
I remember
slick my hair back and shit. I had my own fucking look going on for a while.
That was
the
golden age.
The golden years, yeah. That was the F&F era, dude.
That was your wonder years.
That's when you wanted to look exotic.
But, yeah, that
me,
guy,
I'm a cheetah.
all of a sudden that dude Joel, like, bleaches his fucking hair and starts slicking it back and starts wearing some, like, bootleg shirt that he got from, like, I don't know, some discount store, but it was kind of like my style. And he started wearing the fucking necklaces and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This guy's trying to steal my fucking gimmick, dude. So ever since then, I fucking had it out for that guy. And then, years later, I'd see him, and then he just became a gross, fat slob and shit. But, yeah. Not enough down memory lane.
Yeah.
I feel like I get stuck on that shit. Start sounding like an old ass man. Like back in my day, we had to walk to school.
What
You know?
would you do if I sang out of tune? Dun, dun, dun.
You had that song in your head multiple times last time I saw you.
Fucking shit, man. Wonder Years.
You know, like before that, when you sang that song, I was like, I told you, like, oh yeah, that show. I hadn't thought about it because I never even seen it on TV. But then when I was up in Washington, they actually aired it. I forgot what channel it was on, but I was like, oh shit! And it was like, that show was actually pretty good. Like I wouldn't mind watching.
Yeah, it
it.
was good. It was cool.
You must forget, you know.
Not as good as Breaking Bad though.
Yeah, Breaking Bad's a shit. That
Dude.
shit.
That show's dope, man.
Like fuck, man. That was who would have known the fucking dad from Malcolm in the Middle would have become like a fucking.
I didn't even know that was him.
Like he was funny in that show. Like I like that show, man. Everyone's fucking funny. Even fucking well, I don't give a fuck about freaking Nunez, but that show was dope.
Yeah.
So when they mentioned Breaking Bad, I'm like
or
this
whatever.
fool. I'm like, oh, what's it all about? But then like, yeah, that show's dope, dude. Fucking that shit's like really that's good TV, dude. That's good writing right there.
I was
There was
telling
some shit
Evil. Wait, go ahead.
There was some shit online where it said we know what the 5th season is. He's gonna fucking disguise himself as Malcolm in the Middle dad or whatever in the fucking witness protection.
Like fuck, I'm on the lam. He fucking knocks up some other bitch and has 3 fucking kids.
I was telling Evil that like that was one of those shows that like I was bored. I had like maybe half an hour to kill. I'm like, fuck, I'll just check out this show real quick. You know, the first episode, and I watched it.
First episode of the shit, huh?
And I was like, oh, dude, I have to watch this shit. So then, like, when I got home, I ended up watching, like, all 4 seasons in, like, 3 days. I watched the first 3 seasons on Netflix, and then I found season 4 on the internet, and I was, like, fucking watching it with, like, these pop-up ads, and, like, having to click out, and fucking refresh and shit.
Yeah.
Get the bootleg copies or whatever.
Dude, fucking the end of the 4th season is the shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like I didn't expect that. I was like, hell yeah.
Didn't that guy remind you of Obama?
Like he can play like he can play a good Obama. Fucking
The villain.
The villain,
yeah.
Yeah, he can play Obama. That's really good.
Gus.
But like I don't know, how do you think it's gonna end, dude? I think fucking Jesse's gonna kill that fool.
You know, I'm not sure. I don't even know. I haven't watched season 5 yet. I keep forgetting to TiVo it. So I don't know. I gotta
Oh, you
see.
haven't been watching the new fucking season?
I haven't watched season 5
dude,
at all.
Season 5's fucking dope, dude. The last season was really good.
I need to
You
get
gotta
on
watch
this
this
shit.
shit.
I need to get on it.
You watch it, huh?
Yeah.
Did you
well,
watch?
No, not season 5.
Oh, you haven't seen season 5 yet?
No.
Oh, dude, this is good because this is the last season.
Is it?
Yeah, they're not. This is the season finale.
Okay.
I mean, series finale.
I like when they shows that good. You can't do more than like 5
Exactly.
seasons.
Yeah.
Like Lost. I'm like, I like Lost, dude, but it seems like they started running out of ideas and like make it all lengthy and shit. Like, I really hate the end. Like, have you ever seen Lost?
No, I mean I know
Have you
what it
seen
is.
Lost?
Mm-mm.
So like, well, basically the ending is fucking whack. Like, I could come up with something better. Like, come on, like, are you serious, dude? Like, I just took a shit and I came up with the most fantastic ending for fucking that show. Because everything that show was like, actually was like, you know, it was pretty good. Like, it was really like, it was mysterious. Like, you want to know what the fuck's going on. But Breaking Bad is just like fucking, it was fuck. There's a couple good fucking shows out, man.
Have you guys seen the Eric Andre show?
I've seen a couple of fucking.
Dude, you gotta see this show. This show, the Eric Andre show, I saw it for the first time when I was in Washington, like last week, and I haven't fucking laughed this hard at something in fucking I don't know how long, dude. I was seriously like tears rolling down my cheeks and shit. Like, fucking like this guy basically is doing a show that I would want to do. Like if like Fucked Up and Phillip was able to like go on and get a television deal and shit.
It was like public access and shit.
Yeah, he has like this public access feel to it. So I mean, I could easily do that with my software. You know, just do like a color sync type thing where it just fucks it up and makes it look old. But he does like this like it looks like some public access like VHS quality fucking like talk show. But he does like just fucking like shit doesn't even make sense, you know. And
Nope.
It's like so random and fucking. It's just like one scene or like what he like the very beginning of the show he'll like run into fucking like he'll just like be breaking shit and fucking
Yeah, he's always running into shit and breaking fucking shit.
yeah, he just like breaks shit and causes a big fucking scene. Like this guy's having a mental breakdown, and then he fucking like just sits like then he's like all tired and shit. Like he's finally like spent from fucking having a tantrum and throwing a fit. And then they fucking redesign the set and bring the desk over to him.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Like he fucks it up, he sits down, then bam, everything gets fixed like real quick. And shit.
One of the clips I saw, they're like, "Okay, guys, it's time to see what would look like if it was purple." And then like he's like got 3 pictures. He's like, "Okay, it's a duck. What would it look like purple?" And then like they pull like a little sheet out and it turns purple, and then fucking like they fucking do some crazy shit, and then or no, the first one's like a pin. It was like, what would this pencil look like if it's purple? And then fucking goes purple, and then like the next one or the last one's like a rabbit, and then he fucking pulls the thing down, like, the purple, the rabbit turns purple, and then all of a sudden he fucking starts puking and shit because the sight of it purple makes him sick to his stomach. Like, I don't know, I'm not really giving it justice in my description, but definitely check out the Eric Andre show.
What channel?
That's a free plug for that guy.
Adult Swim.
It's an Adult Swim. I think it's on at like 12:30. It's only 15 minutes, like 15-minute episodes, just like Robot Chicken was, or maybe still is now.
I like Squidbillies. Fucking redneck squids, dude. That shit is shit.
I've tried to give that show a chance, but
like a lot of it's hit and miss and shit, but some of it's pretty fucking funny.
So it's Robot Chicken though. Like it's funny, and then sometimes it's kind of like, oh, that was kind of dumb.
I like Metalocalypse.
I just like
Venture Brothers.
With Robot Chicken, I more appreciate the way they make it. Not so much.
Yeah.
That's another thing I kind of want to do. It's like a Robot Chicken, not like a show, but more
what
like.
What clay do they use though?
They don't use clay. They use like action figures, don't they?
But no, some of it's like clay and shit. Like some of it, it's like it's like.
You don't notice that their arms, like right here, is like clay because they have to sort of bend.
Okay.
I know for the mouths they just do little cutouts and shit. Like the OE, the OEIOUs. OEIOU.
Yeah, I think I've been trying to like think because with the Elvis on Acid album that I'm working on, like I have to make videos obviously, but how many videos can you have of yourself just like all up in the camera, rapping, throwing your arms around and shit? Like, yeah, that's cool, but it's like fuck, every goddamn video is like that.
No, you can't. That's why you gotta fucking
get creative with it.
Get creative and shit, and like you gotta think of different stuff. You gotta fucking. You can't be scared of doing shit. You can't fuck it.
Well, the thing is, my concern, or not concern, but the dilemma I'm having is like it's getting to a point where I need to have like a fucking team to do some of this shit. Like if I want to do a claymation thing, I can't fucking do that. I'm still fucking trying to learn how to do fucking computer art type things. And,
things. I want to learn how to do them things.
So
on
I mean,
computer.
I think it's cool to be on camera rapping and shit, but it has to be done artistically. So I'm trying to figure out ways to do it where, like if I am rapping on camera, it's unique. It's not just me standing there trying to look like a fucking rapper, bling bling, and rapping with my fucking necklace, and you know what I mean. Like I don't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Like I said, the claymation idea is definitely what I want to do. I want to do like an animation type thing. I met this dude that can do fucking computer art, and he said he would do it for free, but I don't know how long it would take him to do it. And I don't want to like pressure him. Like, hey, dude, come on, man, you got 2 weeks.
You promised me.
He's an Asian guy. His name's Hung.
There's a guy at work named Hung Nguyen.
They got some, that culture's got some bizarre names, dude.
Shit, fucking.
Like, why is the English equivalent Hung?
Hung.
So, hi, my name is Dong. My name is Dong.
Like,
Hung Dong.
There's someone named fuck. Let's see if I can pronounce it. Harizao, some shit like that. HARI-ZHOU. So her English name is Vicky.
I went to film school with a guy named German Virgin.
German Virgin. Fucking going off the subject. There's a guy at fucking work. Like, have you ever seen the episode of The Simpsons when fucking, it's an old episode when they have the baseball team and they have like, Daryl Strawberry, King Griffey Jr.
Yeah,
remember that one?
Yeah.
And remember they start drinking that fucking tonic that Mr. Burns make and shit, and King Griffey Jr. gets all fucking swollen and has to be in the wheelchair. Like his head gets all swollen up, his arms and his legs and all that shit. Well, there's a guy at work. His fucking dome is swollen, dude. It looks like they put a fucking little, like a fishbowl on his head and let it just swell up and took it off. I mean,
The fuck?
like it's noticeable and all that shit, but ain't no one gonna say shit. He's cool. He's
not mentally
fucking, if you look up right now and you put like King Griffey Jr. from the Simpsons episode and they show him in that wheelchair with the head swollen, I shit you not, that's how he looks like.
Let's see this.
Just like fucking just like, remember I told you that fool Brock looks like Homer Simpson? And he looks like Homer Simpson?
Oh, shit.
When's that we're gonna get out?
I don't know. But
He
anyway,
looks just like this guy?
like, yeah, well, besides, like, the limbs on it, shit, the head and the face, yeah.
Oh,
So-
that's lame, dude.
But it's not, like, over-exaggerated big, but it's big, like, you can tell, like, oh, yeah. And it's like that. It's like a
Shaved
smaller
head?
version, like a smaller version of that.
What kind of hair?
Black, like fucking short hair.
Oh, he has.
Yeah, he's
The
black.
black guy?
Yeah. He's cool, though. But he was fucking, you know, he's just telling me some fucking stories and all that shit. And that fucking...
But who kids?
No. I'll get to that later, but it's not fucking hookahs. But basically, he was just like, you know, we're just bullshitting. We talk about, you know, we talk about life. Since I work in a warehouse, and if you've ever been in a warehouse, you just talk about random shit with fucking fools. So, you know, and you know me, I was like to come up with the fucking questions like, so. He goes, oh yeah, you know, I'm married and shit. I have a fiance, you know, she lives out of state. She goes to college and all that bullshit. But, you know, he's still right here. You know, he's still doing his thing no matter what. Because no matter what, the way I look at it, like, fucking long-distance relationships ain't going to work, man. No matter what, dude. Like, shit's going to happen. I don't give a fuck what you think. But anyway, so, you know, he's doing his own shit. He has his bitch. He knocks his bitch up. So she's going to fucking... She's pregnant. She basically goes, it's yours. It's mine. It's yours. And I ask him, like, well, fuck that shit. Has she fucked anyone else? Like, she said no. So it's just you. Just me. I'm like, damn, fool.
You better get a paternity test.
So I'm like, so what you gonna do? I'm like, what you gonna do? You have a fiance. I mean, is she gonna have the kid? Like, she's gonna have the kid. I'm like, are you gonna be in it? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, I'm kind of excited. I'm like, you're kind of excited having someone else's mama's kid and all that bullshit. And he goes, yeah, but she's cool and all that bullshit. So then he goes, what should I do? And I'm like, fuck, dude, you should break up with the fiance. Because in the end, he told me some shit, like some shit that she does that basically she cheated on him and said like fucking I love you, but I don't love you like that. You know that bullshit how girls tell you like, yeah, I love you, but I don't love you like that.
I don't ever
So-
let it get there.
So fucking, I told him, well, she got to go. She already has priors. She got fucking priors. She got to go. You're gonna have a new kid on this bullshit. He's like, yeah, you're right. The next day, I'm like, oh, so what you gonna do? Oh, I got a master plan. I'm like, well, what's your master plan? And he goes, she's gonna break up with me. I'm like, how the fuck are you gonna make her break up with you and shit? Because he's paying for her schooling. She goes, I'm not gonna pay for any of that shit anymore. Where basically, I'm gonna piss her off and annoy her, where she's gonna have to break up with me, and I'll be cool with it. And, you know, I'm gonna get with fucking so and so and have this kid on and shit. I'm like, well, fuck it, alright, that's your own thing.
Sounds like a plot for an Adam
Yeah.
Sandler movie.
But then, like, you know, so we cool. Like I said, we always talk about shit. It seems last weekend he got into a sex club. Like, you know, you heard those sex clubs and shit where basically everyone's there, fucking guys and women meeting to each other and fucking straight fucking.
Swingers shit?
Yeah, straight all that bullshit and all that. And I was like, for real? He's like, yeah. Oh, because he came into work all excited. He's like, guess what, Fizz? You ain't going to guess what I did this weekend. You ain't going to guess. Oh, I'm like, what happened? I'm like, story time. And he starts telling, like, yeah, I went over there with, you know, fucking, you know, like them orgies and shit. I'm like, oh, like them sex clubs? He goes, yeah. I'm like, for real? He's like, for real. I'm like, all right. And he starts telling the story. And he goes, yeah, his homeboy got invited and all that shit. He knew this fucking chick. This chick's name is BD. I go, BD? Yeah, back door. She takes it up the ass. I was like, for real? He's like, for real. I'm like, hell yeah. So the whole time I'm like there like a little fucking kid in Christmas with my eyes wide open, like, oh, you went to a sex club? Please indulge me. You know, because you only hear about him on the website and all that bullshit. So I'm like, okay, so like what happened? Like, oh, you know, people were there and all that shit. And since, you know, he's a brother, I go, was it all black? He goes, no, there's a lot of black people, but no, there's white people and, like, you know, like different races and all that shit, but a lot were black and all that, but there's like different races. I'm like, oh, cool, man. I'm like, so I'm like, all right, go. I'm like, were they old as fuck? Because, you know, I read up on that shit, and like a lot of them fucking swinger clubs and all that shit, they're all old. Like, they're already like in their late 40s or 50s. Like, fuck it, we're old. Let's get as much as fucking
We
dick and
old,
pussy.
we ugly,
we
we fucking.
old. Let's fuck. I
That
won't
should be their
fuck
motto.
You.
That should be their motto. We old, we ugly, we fucking.
I'll wear that. Fucking, but but anyways, fucking. So he's all telling me, yeah, like oh, you know, people, this bitch is walking buck naked and shit. I'm like, for reals? He's like, uh-huh. He's like, they just butt naked walking around and all shit. I'm like, oh, well, what about the other dudes? There was some dudes naked, there's some dude niggas, but you know, you gotta look. I'm like, you gotta look past that. It's like, yeah. You gotta look past that, yeah. I mean, it's like this. If you're gonna go into some shit like that, you gotta be mature. Like, you can't go in there as a little kid mentality, because no matter what, you know, sex clubs or whatever, it's like everyone has their different fetish and shit, and you gotta go there like whatever. You can't go there like, oh, fuck, this is my, you know, I see his dick. Like, no. So he was like, yeah. So people were fucking like, you know, some were naked, some had clothes, and like, and I guess there's different groups and shit, you know. And like there's certain groups that be, you know, I guess fucking and all that. People be fucking straight on the couch and all that. And I was like, that's cool. Like, I'm just like a little fucking kid. I'm like, that's cool. And he's like, yeah. Like, he's like, hell yeah, man, shit was dope and all that blah 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 bullshit. And I started on this shit, and this bitch named BD, she was walking around butt naked and all that. I'm like, she look good? Yeah, she look good, man. She bald though. Like, but it was like, you know, she had that bald hair, like with that blonde fucking light.
Like Velcro.
Yeah, shit, like exactly
Velcro
like
hair.
Velcro. Like Eve. So I was like, fuck it. I'm like, she had big ass. And I go, BD, why they call her BD? Back door. Because she takes it up the ass. I'm like, fuck it, there ain't wrong with that. You can't pull on hair. But so fucking, he's all saying, yeah, and all this shit, and fucking. So, you know, basically in the end, he's all dancing to this bitch. He goes, this is the coolest thing, man. I swear to God, this is the best night. That was the best night of my life, my whole life. And I would agree too if you went to, like, he goes, because there's, you know, there people were drinking, there's people partying, there's music, you know, bumping. I was dancing with bitches, and you know, at the end of the night, you're fucking guaranteed. Either it be one bitch or two bitch or an orgy, whatever the fuck. Like, you're fucking that night. So he goes, it was a shit. I'm like, well, I agree. So him and his homeboy went with some other bitches back to the pad. They fucked and all that. In the morning, you know, he left because he had to go to work and all that shit. And I guess she got all mad and texted him, oh, why you gotta leave and all that bullshit and all that. And I'm like, oh, damn, dude. And he goes, you gonna go back again? He goes, yeah, I'm gonna try to. So I guess this weekend there's gonna be a fucking party going on and all that shit. And he's trying to just wait for directions. But anyways,
You're gonna go to that?
No, I told him, because basically the only way for you to get invited is if by knowing somebody. Don't ever get invited too, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, bring in the guests and all that shit. Because so I was like, well, fuck it. I'm like, hey, once you get into your little fucking club and you get your little members jacket, dude, you send me a fucking 2-day invite pass and shit, dude.
Hopefully they're all not over 40.
There's no gay shit, right? Because I mean, I know
if
you
you
gotta
want.
be mature. I know you gotta be mature, but I think I'd be a little awkward if
Well, you know
some
what?
dude pumping another dude.
He didn't
like
say
that,
any
you know?
of that shit. He just says, like, you know, you go in there, there's some people naked and some people who are clothed. A lot of the women, like, were more naked. And he goes, there's some dudes naked, but at the same time, like, there's like people fucking like on couches and all that shit.
You're like fucking a chick, she's riding you, and then some dude's like, hey, is it cool if I... And then he fucking starts slapping his balls against yours, putting it in the butthole and shit.
At the same time, like, yeah, like, there's fucking... But at the same time, it's kind of like, you gotta get the okay. You just can't just jump in there. You have to get the fucking okay.
Is it cool if I fuck this girl too while I'll hit the
Well,
pussy?
basically, like, okay, basically what he told me and what I read on, like, yeah, you just can't, like, you have to come there with fucking, like, manners. You have to be cool. Like, you just can't jump in there like a
Man,
fucking
please
animal.
fuck you in the ass.
Like, you know, you have to be, like, basically get to talk to people and shit and be cool and, like, oh, you know, blah, 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 and then start fucking and all that shit. And, like, oh, you know, can I join? Can I fuck your wife? Well, you know, yeah, you're pretty cool. Yeah, you can fuck my wife. But anyways, like, fucking, like, he was all telling me that, like, yeah, it was really cool. You gotta be fucking, like, he didn't mention anything about the gay fucking and all that shit, but he said there's, like, people fucking on the couch and all that shit. But then basically he goes, he got that chick's BD's number and all that bullshit, and then he gets
Is he fucking an old nasty
he's
stripper?
like, I'm asking him, like, so what's up, fool? You in the club yet? Like, what's dragging on? You know, and he's just telling me,
He's like, yeah, it's called Bohemian Grove, dude. You should come check it out.
He goes, I just text her and shit and all that bullshit. And he goes, guess what? He texts me back. So he sends me his fucking, he shows me his iPhone and he shows me the text that he sent.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, sorry, I just got finished fucking my bitch. What's up, my love? And I was like, what? I'm like, bitch, is she fucking a guy? Like, you know, like, she got a strap on fucking a guy, or is there a chick? He goes, no, it's a chick. I'm like, that's the way to go and shit. So fucking,
I hate to cut this short, but we're like almost out of time. We're like down to like 28 seconds. So
it's not even a good
I want to thank you guys for coming on the podcast. That was a great story, and I know you're gonna have plenty more stories for me next time we.
No
have
more
you on.
stories.
No, you cut me off. I hate you. But this podcast is brought to you by Elvis on Acid Music Evildoers Beware art, and
Your mom.
the hilarious antics of Knox. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Peace.